Hi, I'm Christinista Health, and I'm here to talk to you today about interstitial cystitis and or recurrent UTIs. So I've struggled for a very, very long time with recurrent UTIs and also um, interstitial cystitis, where like my bladder is irritable, but I don't actually test positive for a UTI. I've done tons of testing. They never really had an answer for me, at least a palatable answer. So this is something I've just learned to live with, and I think I've gone pretty good at living with it. There's one excellent book out there. Forgetting the name off the top of my head. I've also just found this one website that had this bladder tea on it for recurrent UTIs, and that's helped me a lot. And I've kind of expanded on that and made my own protocol that helps me live with it successfully. If I start having an irritable bladder, then the first thing I do is I'm going to make up a huge batch of tea. Like we're talking, like I fill up a lot of water and a lot of tea, and I just like cook it, and then I drink all of it. And then that usually, if I sometimes I'm able to put off getting a UTI, or at least calm down the irritation through that recipe. So the recipe is first you boil dandelion root and burdock root together. And I like to add pau de arco bark as well as marshmallow root. And so you boil these for at least 15 minutes. I mean, you can boil it as long as you want to. And then I take that water or that tea that I've made, and then I pour it into a container, and then I make up a tea bag with some leaf herbs, because you want to boil the roots because it helps extract all of the benefits from them, but with the leaves you're going to want to steep them. So then I steep plantain leaf, nettle leaf, linden leaf, and hibiscus. So nettle is very good for inflammation and calming down the inflammation. Linden is just very good for interstitial cystitis. Hibiscus can help prevent those UTIs. And then, like I said, I drink this tea in bulk. Also, I don't recommend this. I'm not a doctor, but this is what I do when I'm having a big flare. I will drink up to a tablespoon of baking soda and water. So I usually do maybe like a half a teaspoon or a teaspoon at a time, and I'll just keep doing it until the irritation hopefully subsides. Also D-Mannose, so I'll put the D-Mannose with the baking soda. Maybe I'll just do it all together. Baking soda, D-Mannose, and also the tea all together. And then if I do a lot of that, sometimes I can actually prevent a UTI. Sometimes I can at least calm down the irritation. So it's been very helpful for me, and I will link the website that I found this on, but this recipe that I've expanded on has helped me so much. Also, like there's a lot of like UTI bladder remedies out there, and they actually inflame my bladder. Like if I drink too much cranberry, I've actually made my bladder more irritable. So there's certain herbs and stuff that they use for UTIs or UTI prevention that actually make me worse. And so I assume if you have a sensitive bladder, it's like that. Also, I just want to put this out there, but I'm curious if anybody else who struggles with this, if they have hypermobility symptoms. I'm just curious if there's a connection between hypermobility and frequent UTIs. So again, I'm Christinista Health, and I hope you have a great day.